Hey guys, Dr. Here today with PaleoLifestyleDoctor.com. And I was outside today, we were outside enjoying the beautiful countryside, and I got the idea looking at this cornfield, and I thought, wow, we talk a lot about corn and some of the effects of corn. So what I wanted to do was actually take the opportunity to give you a little bit of background on what you're looking at and actually how that it goes from the field to what we typically find in the standard American diet as a mainstay. Is something that is commonly found as part of the standard American diet. So again, what you're seeing here before you is corn. It hasn't fully matured. It's been growing for probably a month and a half here, month to a month and a half here, maybe a little bit longer. And what you're going to see eventually is these will get taller and you'll start to develop the ears of corn from this. Now, one of the things that we typically talk about as being one of the problems with corn is that it's sprayed with Roundup. Corn now in the United States is one of the Roundup ready crops. You'll probably, or maybe you have seen this as glyphosate. Glyphosate is the actual active ingredient in Roundup. And glyphosate, again, has a lot of problems with it. It binds up a lot of the minerals in here. It changes the microenvironment around the corn. It robs some of the nutrients. And not to mention that Roundup or glyphosate is a toxin in and of itself. Now, that's just one of the concerns that we should have with this, because to be able to withstand that, corn is also under the category of being a genetically modified organism. Now, as a genetically modified organism, corn has been crossbred with a bacteria called Bacillus thuringiensis. Now, this particular bacteria is brought in as a pesticide, and the goal of this is to, when insects land on the corn, they ingest the corn and they die as a result of consuming that. Well, we inherently know that there are also some effects that are associated with that as us on humans as well. One of those being having negative implications on our red blood cells and damaging the red blood cells. So that has been shown in studies also. The third thing I wanted to mention with this is, and this is a question I get sometimes, is with this being a more, there's some ancient varieties of corn, and some of those are recognized as heirloom varieties. Is this something that we can consume even if we stay away from the genetically modified versions? The answer to that is probably, in short, no. And the reason it's not a good idea to consume even those varieties of corn most of the time is that if you've had a reaction to corn as we typically know it today, as it's typically found in our American diet, and you're developing that, or you have developed that reaction, the corn that you consume from the ancient varieties are going to have a lot of the same proteins, which are going to be triggers for your immune system. So you're running the risk of developing a reaction to those strains of corn as well. It's not going to be 100% universal, but you do increase the risk of having those types of reactions, those immune reactions manifest. And then probably lastly, the best thing to recognize and mention about this is that corn is, it's sometimes argued whether or not corn contains gluten. Corn definitely contains gluten in it. It has a prolamine, which prolamines are components of gluten, and that prolamine is known as zein. So you're going to find zein in any corn that you consume. So it does have gluten in it, and you are going to be consuming gluten. So if you're thinking, well, you know, I'm consuming corn chips or a corn tortilla, and it's not a cracker or it's not a wheat tortilla, am I going to be better off? The answer in short is no on that. You're not. You're still consuming a high carbohydrate food that has gluten in it. So guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to our video today, to join us outside in the beautiful countryside. And stay tuned for more videos. We're going to keep bringing you information. Come back and join us at PaleoLifestyleDoctor.com. Dr. Arland Hill, thank you.